I'm Mary Allison Brown from ReflectingRelationships.com, and we're here today to talk about the importance of really great self care. All right, let's get started. All right, so today we're talking about the importance of really good self care. And I know you're probably already laughing at me because self care, when you're a mom or a teacher or somebody who cares for other people, is kind of impossible, right? That's the thing though. It's so important. So let me tell you a little bit of the story. I used to work for the state of Washington as a social worker in child welfare, which means that I worked with children who were involved in the foster care system, who had been removed from their parents, and who were suffering from the trauma that they'd experienced, whether it was neglect, abuse, or some combination of those things. And I worked with those children, and I also worked with their parents. And I worked with their parents on the goal of doing those things that they needed to do to be able to show that they could safely parent their children again. And I also worked with the foster parents who were living with these children who were experiencing the effects of trauma. And every day I tried my best to be fully present at work for all of those different people with all of those different needs, and to have compassion and empathy for all of those different people and for all of those different situations. And I think I did a pretty good job, but that's hard work. And so I felt like when I got home at the end of the day, I'd used up all my caring. I had nothing left to give. Like, I did not want to talk to my friends. I didn't want to hear their problems. I didn't want to hear what was going on in their life. I struggled to be fully present for my own family, for my children, and for my husband, and to really be able to hear other people's problems because I just felt tapped out. I was just done caring about other people. And I just wanted to cocoon myself in a little shell and not care about anybody else or think about anybody else for a little while so that I could get up again the next day and do it all over again. And that, as you are probably recognizing, is not the healthiest way to go through your life. So I was definitely near burnout, I would say. And I was just not, I was fully present during the day, but it was a struggle. And I wasn't really fully present then in the rest of my life, which is, of course, not a healthy balance. So when you're a parent of a young child, it can sometimes feel like that. Or if you're a teacher of lots of young children, it can often feel like that. It can feel like you go through your day giving and giving and giving and caring for others and not really receiving a whole lot back. It feels very one sided. And so, what can happen is burnout. You may or may not have heard the term before, compassion fatigue, but I think that's what happens for a lot of parents of young children, as well as early childhood educators and others who work with and care about young children. We give and we give and we give, and we get tired because we're not getting anything back. And that's okay. So it's important to recognize that compassion fatigue is definitely real. And if you are caring for someone who's experienced trauma, if you're a foster parent, for example, or an adoptive parent, it's really easy to get to compassion fatigue because you are giving and giving and giving. And so then you also have vicarious trauma that comes into play, or secondary trauma, when you are living or caring for someone who's experienced trauma, and those symptoms are so strong. So, what do we do about it? We cannot all be walking through our lives in this state of near burnout all the time. It's not good for us, it's not good for our children, it's not good for anyone. So, what do we do? Self care. And now, I know, again, like I said, I know you're laughing at me. I know it seems really impossible. But good quality self care is a priority. It has to be a priority. And if your children are your priority or your job is your priority, think about it like this: you are not the best parent for your children if you're completely burnt out all the time. You're not the best teacher to the children in your classroom if you are completely on the edge of burnout all the time. You just can't be. Have you ever heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup? Well, that's important to think about here. You have to find time to fill your own cup to receive so that you can then give back more. And it's easy to give when your cup is full. Your cup's full, it's overflowing. You're not struggling to dig deep to find the compassion and empathy deep down inside. And so it's easier to give to others and be truly compassionate and empathic to others and truly caring. So here's what I want you to do. Click the link below, and I have a free self-care self-assessment worksheet. Go through that worksheet and start to really think honestly about how you're taking care of your own needs. How are you taking care of yourself as a person, as a friend, as a mother? How is the balance in your life? And I know balance is a tricky thing. I totally get that. It's kind of like a unicycle. Like you just get it and then you tip again. But we're always striving to be in balance across all areas of our life. And so take a look at that worksheet and look at where you're out of balance. Where do you need to create time to do those things that fill your own cup? Now, I said create time because this is a priority. We have to create the time to fit these things into our lives. So that will look different for everyone, and the best way to do it is the way that's going to work for you on a consistent basis. For me, it looks like I get up at 5 o'clock every day. I have scheduled time in to meditate and do yoga and to journal, and then I've scheduled exercise time in, and I put those things on my calendar and I prioritize it. I will make a confession. I was sort of canceling my yoga class for a little while there when I got really busy, and I went in through my calendar for this month and I put do not cancel. Like, this is a priority. I need it. It fills me up. It makes me feel good. It meets my needs so that I can do my work and meet the needs of other people who are emotionally vulnerable and struggling, and also be available to be present for my own family as well. So go ahead and click the link below and fill out your self-care self-assessment and see where you need to change some things. Commit to one small change. Doing too much at once is going to overwhelm you, but commit to one small change that you can make to start filling up your own cup on a consistent basis so that you can really be fully present across all areas of your life and be there for the children you work with or for your own children in a real authentic way. All right, I hope this has helped you. I know that self-care is one of the hardest things, especially when you're a really caring, compassionate, and empathic person. It's often very easy to put yourself last. And today that needs to stop. So remember, you can put it in the context of being there for others, but taking care of yourself is the most important thing so that you can continue to be there for others and continue to be helpful and useful and not in burnout and compassion fatigue. If you've enjoyed this video, I would love it if you'd share with a friend. We are working hard to build resilient children, and we can't do that alone. We need each other. Thanks for being here. See you next time.